So how'd it feel to be back out there, Zander?
Felt good. It's been a little too long for me to be out with injuries, especially when I felt like I could go on some days. But I mean, you just gotta trust the process and make sure you're fully healthy before you get it back out there.
How sore were you? What was the recovery like coming back? Were you game ready, you think?
I mean, I thought I was good enough to play. I mean, I thought there were times out there where I felt like I looked pretty good, like the hurdle and everything. Had to make sure that my ankle felt good and that it still worked. So obviously it did. But the day after, I was a little sore. But I mean, that was expected just from coming off the surgery a few weeks back and taking that much volume in one day.
Were you planning on a hurdle in the game on Saturday?
I mean, I mentioned it to my roommate in the hotel. We were just talking about it and it looked like a good opportunity, so I thought I'd take it.
Who's your roommate?
Sawinski.
Okay. But just go back to the UConn game when you got hurt. I mean, did you know immediately that something really bad happened, or did you need to get through the examination process?
Well, I mean, I was still trying to dry my feet, and I felt one of the D linemen fall on my ankle, and I got hit from up top too, and I heard it crack. So like I pretty much knew immediately, but had enough adrenaline and everything running through me that I didn't really feel it. I mean, I walked off the field, walked back to the training room and everything, but I was really hoping it wasn't broken. It was just like a sprain or something. But I mean, after the adrenaline kind of wore it off, it got pretty sore. But it wasn't too bad.
Any chance any chance it was going to be season ending at that point, or did you feel like you would get back at some point?
No, I felt like I was going to get back. They even told me too, it was like 4 to 8 weeks. Really just depended on how my body took it and got back.
Yeah, Jeff said you had some type of an issue with your wound. Did you have an infection or something?
Yeah, well, we thought it closed up, and then it ended up getting infected, and they had to re-stitch it after like a week or so once it kind of cleared up. But I mean, it only really set me back 1 more week, so I was expecting to come back either Wisconsin or Nebraska, so it didn't really affect me too much.
So about 1 week it delayed your return.
Yeah. Yep.
And then initially it was a broken left fibula.
Correct.
Okay.
No ligaments or anything, which really helped my recovery get back quicker. So lucked out there.
Just the rehab process, what was it like, and how did you battle through it every day?
I mean, there was some pain initially. Had to take meds for that, but I mean, as soon as the wound started to heal up, they started really pushing at it. But I mean, there were times where it was going to hurt for what they were doing with mobility. But I mean, the more you do it, the less it was hurting. So I was just trusting the process. In there like 2 times a day, still working out every day because it's pretty much all I could do. So I mean, I was here all day, try to keep up my cardio and everything, so that way when I got back, I wasn't out for like a month doing absolutely nothing.
How much of a bummer was it to miss that Notre Dame game?
Huge. I mean, that's what I've been wanting to play my whole life. I mean, my parents talk about it all the time too. And then against UConn, a game we were expecting to win by a lot, and from looking at the score, I would have only played a half and would have been done. So pretty disappointing. And then, I mean, I was just glad I got to go, be in the stadium with a full stadium and everything, you watch your team go and play. But better than not being there. But I mean, I really wish I could.
Did you feel like your presence kind of gave the offense in the running game a little bit of emotional lift last week?
I thought it did. I mean, because I know King, he went from taking like, 20, 30 reps to having to take like 70 plays during the game. So it's definitely a big adjustment on his body. So having people to rotate and then getting Jackson there too is a good mix-up to have too for the defense too, because they're not always aware of what's going to be going on. But I think it's good too, just to kind of take the load off some of us and keep us healthy.
Was it frustrating watching this running game kind of run in place a little bit the last few weeks, and you couldn't really do anything about it?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest frustration, is I'm on the sideline, but I can't help do anything. I mean, I can try to coach them up on the sideline, but there's only so much I can do when I'm not on the field. But I mean, I think with the next few weeks we can try to step that up. Now we got people all healthy in there and rotating, so just kind of see where that goes.
What do you think of playing the number 5 team in the country, 8-0, the Rolling?
I mean, I think we've been in the situation a fewer times too. I mean, the way I look at it is it's just another team, so you can't overlook them and hype them up like they're the best team ever, because then you might go out there and play scared. You just got to take it like it's another team, 1 game at a time, and just stick to what you do best, listen to the play calls, and execute everything when you're on the field.
What helped you get through the whole rehab process, the injury and all that? Anything you leaned on?
I think it was just consistency of being in here as long as I can, because I mean, the more rehab you do, the better I figure to be. So just try and do as much as I can, come there like 2 or 3 times a day, try new things out to see if it's going to help. So it really helped me get back on the field quicker.
Were you leery for that first hit? See how you're going to react? Am I okay?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it was I had to get used to adjusting, pushing off it and stuff, and just mobility. But I mean, I was definitely a little indecisive in the first run, but I think as the game went on, I got a little better. But I mean, it's been a month since I've had contact like that, so definitely had to get back in the groove of it.
Did you get in the end zone?
Yeah, that was
Get in the
good.
end zone?
Yeah, that was good because we haven't had a few games where the back has been getting in the end zone, so glad to change that.
Just the job Jackson's been able to do, kind of coming in for, running back sessions, and the way he was able to, pick up a couple carries last game, produce on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think he came in and picked up the running back and stuff pretty quick. He did it a little bit last year and the year before, so I mean, he just came in with us during meetings, just getting certain plays down. But I really think it's a good adjustment too, because a lot of teams, they don't see Jackson out there for like 3 weeks, and then we have me, King, and Jackson out there, so it's a big adjustment for them to try to change their defense up and stuff. But I think it's good. It's definitely going to help us get yards in the run game.